Hello everyone, it's Matt at Fisher Custom AV along with Treg here. We're at a job site where a person, and I'll put a link to it in this video here, a person contacted us, watched our other outdoor Euro 7 video and said, hey, I'm having some problems here, I've got some outdoor Euro 7s and need you to come out and get me set up straight away. This person has 3 outdoor Euro 7s, there's one. Now these are not hardwired, these are just plugged into power, so they're wirelessly getting internet to them through the mesh. Not the best way to do it, but it will per se. He has areas he wants to cover, beautiful area out here. He wants to cover really far out in this, he's got a ring camera on that post right there, but wants coverage out into the field and where the horses graze. He's got another Eero, and we'll walk around the house, obviously down here, but also coverage up in that hill, go up down the valley and up the hill. Coverage up there, which he gets coverage up there, but the speed is more of the issue. Here's the outdoor 7 unit he has here. These are all just plugged into electricity for power. You can see the power cord there, goes along there, and then to an outlet there on the side of the house. So they're not hardwired. 500 megabytes is the speed coming in. His Wi-Fi is around 100, maybe 2 at the most, depending. And the other area he wants coverage is that barn, which he has, again, another Eero 7 outdoor unit. Again, all plugged into power, but right there on his house. We'll put another one on the barn because that metal is just going to block signal like right there. Snap of a finger, you're not getting past that metal without having something inside that. So you'd have an outdoor Eero 7 on there, and then inside we'd put another unit because it'll collect it there and get you signal, but it's still, because that's on the outside of the barn, it's not going to do a good job getting inside. Let me turn around here. There's the unit there again. But we'll move those accordingly where they need to be and get at least the outdoor set up along with the inside of the house set up for Wi-Fi. So that's the system here that we've got going on today. We'll get this rolling. Let me turn here again, and I'll keep you updated as we go along. Okay, one other thing, guys. This is a closet on the first floor as you walk into the house. This is where he has his technically gateway Eero Max 7. This is the coax line coming in and going back down to the basement. The modem is actually not in this closet. It was, but it's not right now again. But let me go downstairs in the basement and you'll see. So right there is the closet. We come down the basement and his modem, again, beautiful area, beautiful house. His modem is in this closet right here. There. There's the modem, and they're going out of this. Actually going into also a network switch out of the modem before the gateway. So not the best setup necessarily. So I'm going to look at that in more detail and we'll get back with you. Okay guys, I'm going to talk with the customer about this, but here's the redesign I think that's going to work best in this situation. There's 2 ways to do it, but I think from an engineering standpoint this would be the best. The gateway router goes down to the basement where the modem is. There's actually in here just would be a network switch. We're going to bring 4 lines down to here from the attic. 3 are going to be going to the outdoor Eeros. 1 is going to be going to an indoor PoE 6, which is going to be mounted in the ceiling. in this house. That's about the center point of the house. We'd go between those two can lights. I'll talk with the customer there at the kitchen, but one of these rooms would give us a good centralized location for Wi-Fi on the first floor. Another way of doing it, or what people might do, is say, okay, well, you've already got lines from here to the basement. Why don't you just add another Max 7 or something down in the basement and then leave one here in the closet? Whether it was that or any type of Eero device, you know, they're effectively too close to each other. That's only a distance, especially those Max 7s, which can do 2,000, 2,500 square feet, you know, on good without interference. Those, when Eeros are placed too close to each other, they interfere. And you'll actually hurt your signal, you'll hurt your speed, you'll just hurt your system more overall. So you want even spacing of your Eero units. So the better way to do it, in theory, is a unit downstairs. That's their gateway. Then they have one in the ceiling up here that's hardwired also. And all your outdoor 7s, excuse me, on the outside of the house are all hardwired. That way every Eero in the system is hardwired. You're pushing max bandwidth, maximum speed you can through it. And then we deal with the barn also. But that's the redesign I think we're going to propose to the customer, and we'll see the direction this goes. All right, hey everyone. So we are going to put a different mount on this outdoor Eero unit. All three of our outdoor Eeros on the house are now hardwired back into the PoE switcher. So those are all hardwired. But I'm going to put a different mount on this, so instead of being a straight shot out, it's angled. It gives us an angle to shoot to that barn. Straight out from where our Eero is about that willow tree right there. We need to go a little to the left. Yeah, I guess per se it could work, but if you're doing point to point, I'd rather line it up as straight as can be and get maximum transmission and do it the better way. So we're going to put one on that building, and then right here also. I'm going to change that mount. But these are all the three outdoor Eero units here, over on that side of the house, and then the front are all now hardwired back into our main system. Okay, everybody, there it is on the new mount. Angled a little. If you're looking at it, angled a little to the right and down, which is going to give us a nice shot to down there at the barn where Treg is working at, and to put our other outdoor Eero 7 for point-to-point communication. All right, we'll keep it updated. All right, everybody, this is the stable on the back side of the barn. There's the horses and everything, and the ducks. We've got two outdoor Eero 7s. I'll walk you through the barn. There's the outdoor Eero 7 for the stable area with the horses. If I step out here, this is their barn. There's the house up there. Distance from the house to that front end of the barn, about 230 to 240, 230 to 240 feet. So here's the whole barn. We've got two outdoor Eero 7s. One where you saw for this, the stables in this area when people are walking in. Here's the outside. And then there's one mounted right there at that corner to accept the signal point to point from the one on the house. Signal wise, negative 35 or negative 40 to negative 75, negative 80 when we're in here. This is the weakest spot inside here because we don't have an access point in here currently. There's the one for the stable on the outside, and there's the one on the outside of the barn here accepting the signal from the house. Here's our outdoor network switch. That's a nice, very nice Ultronics Netway unit. That's a PoE. That's a 4-port PoE supply. So that's what's powering our outdoor 7s, our Eero Outdoor 7s. And they could power anything else with 2 additional ports on that unit. I'll discuss it with them. We could put an additional outdoor Eero 7 in here. Speed-wise, not necessarily needed. 500 is what's coming in. In here, speed tests range from 180 to 350. So they can be anywhere. Usually they're in the 200 to 3 range. But that's the speed tests inside that. Here's our outdoor Eero 7. Now that is going point-to-point wireless, about 230 to 240 feet from the one on the house there. All those ones on the house are wired. And then in here, this is wireless from the house, and then it's wired back to our PoE box. And that's an outdoor PoE box rated from, I think, negative 30 to 140 or 150 degrees Fahrenheit for temperatures. So that should have no problem out here in winter, summer of Ohio. So yeah, that's the situation there. They do get good signal. If you just look at your Wi-Fi bars in this part of the barn, you either have full signal coverage or you're 1 bar down in this space. When you're in here, you have full signal coverage. Speed tests out here in the stable area, 4 to 5. Speed tests outside of this area, of this room, on the corner and outside, again in the 4s. So yeah, that's this installation right now. Let me stop it there, but again, there's our unit on the outdoor corner of the barn. We're getting signal from our mount from our outdoor unit there. Again, those 3 on that house are hardwired into the Max 7 that's in the basement. Let me check up a couple things and we'll finish this one up. Alright, and we're on the front side of the house now, so completely opposite front side of the house. There's our front Wi-Fi unit. And again, that's so he can get coverage. They claim to go 1,000 feet, and they do a good job, but that's so he can get coverage all through this area of his yard. He's got a camera on that pole right there, so that'll definitely supply Wi-Fi for that. They let their horses out, and they graze down here. Also, there's a field up there above this valley. He's got a camera he set up in that field, and that is the purpose also for having this unit on the side of the house, so we can shoot Wi-Fi over there. Those are all working. So 3 cameras on the outside of his house, 3 access points for outdoor internet on the outside of his house is definitely going to fill this area, and it's needed for the amount of coverage and space that he wants. And then again, back to our barn. As I walk around the house, just take a shot of this again. You saw it earlier, but there's the unit right there on the house. And let me step over here. There's our unit, now mounted to the barn. If I zoom in here, mounted to the barn about 230, 240 feet away, and then one on the stables on the other side of the barn, the other end. But yeah, that's probably going to finish this up. I might take a few more shots inside the house, but this was a system where all the outdoor units were working wirelessly. They were not hardwired into anything. And he contacted us, wanted us to get it operating and get the signal out to his barn. Internet speed in his house now is in the 400 to 500 range. 500 is his speed coming down. I'm sorry, 500 is his speed coming in from his provider Spectrum. We're probably not going to need to put the access point, as I was saying earlier in the video, we're not going to need to put the access point in the living room, because with the Max 7 in the basement and the 3 of these units on the side of the house, they do a good job on the back side. They go through wood, definitely better on the back side than metal. Metal's going to beat the crap out of Wi-Fi. Wood will, but not quite as bad. But with those 3 on the side of the house and the Max 7 in a central location in the basement, that's enough to provide coverage all through his house without needing the access point in the ceiling in his living room. So that's probably going to finish this one up, everyone. Matt, Fisher Custom AV. Throw anything down in the comments section, or if you have something like this, having issues, give us a call. We'll come out and get you all set and taken care of. All right, have a good one, everybody, and I will see you on the next one. All right, guys, just to finish up real quick, this is our Wi-Fi analyzer. A little add-on here of the stable area with the horses and our second outdoor Eero. This is where the outdoor Eero was. This is like the door here, walking back into the other open area of the stable, the indoor area, excuse me. But these are our Wi-Fi signals, basically all -47, right where that second outdoor Eero was. Horse stable here, there was a stable here, I believe, and then this was the open area out into the pasture. So just ignore what this is. I just use this as for my room, or this outdoor area. So -47 dB, that's great signal strength. This was our speed test. We did a few of them. They were basically in the 400 range, 416. They're getting 500 in again. 416 down, 23 up. 20 was the upload from Spectrum. So that's very good speed, dropping less than 100, getting to the second unit outside. So I just wanted to add that on for your reference. Okay. See you next time. Matt at Fisher Custom AV.